Hello everybody and welcome back to the very first Thrift Store Finds episode for the year 2021. We got a couple pretty cool things to take a look at today. Most of it is going to consist of software here, but we do have a couple of other things as you can see right here. Now all of this stuff was acquired at the very end of last year during the month of December. I found some time to go out thrifting and I came back with some pretty cool items that I thought would be great to showcase in an episode of Thrift Store and Garage Sale Finds. So we're going to save this offer for last because we'll be able to get through this stuff pretty quickly. First off, I grabbed one of these things right here. This is a 2-wire USB to RJ11. It's called the Phone Line Home P&A 10 megabits per second USB adapter. And what does it do, you might ask? Well, it connects computers to the home network via the existing telephone lines, at least according to this Amazon page here. This doesn't appear to be a modem. That's kind of what I thought it was at first. I thought it was a USB modem, though it did seem kind of small to be a USB modem. But from what I can gather from the Amazon page here, this could be used to share a network connection from your computer with other computers in your house using the telephone wiring in your home. And this thing was like 50 cents, so I just said, let's just grab it, why not? Maybe it'll come in handy for a future video project. The next thing here, unfortunately it's not a graphics card, this is an Ethernet card, which is still very, very useful. So I've got an Ethernet cable here, we can go ahead and plug it right on in, and we can get this into a computer. Obviously, we want to make sure it's not plugged in while we're installing it, but yeah, we can get this installed in, not the 98 PC because it already has a network card, but I believe the $5 Packard Bell does not have an Ethernet card in it, so this will be very, very useful for that. So that's why I grabbed it. It was only like $1 or $2. This thing right here, I believe, was 50 cents or $1. This right here, I know was $1. What is this, you may ask? It is a iOmega zip drive. You remember these? Anyone ever use these? Yeah, these are those 100, well, they first started with 100 megabyte discs, then they went up to 250. I think they went a little bit higher than that maybe. I've always found these obscure, short-lived file storage mediums to be pretty unique. I actually covered the zip drive in a very, very old episode of Time Travel, like one of the earliest videos in that series, which is still on the channel if you want to go and check it out. But yeah, I just grabbed this because it was $1, and unfortunately, after I purchased it, I realized that this didn't come with the power adapter. They eventually made smaller ones that were USB powered, and I thought this was one of them at first because it had the USB cable with it, but then when I got it, I looked and I saw this, and I'm like, oh, this thing needs a power adapter, which I don't have, or maybe I do have one in my huge bin of power adapters, but yeah, I just grabbed it because it was $1, so it was like, why not? But yeah, that's all the hardware I got. Now we're gonna get into the software, which I'm sure you guys are pretty interested in because a lot of this is Microsoft software. This first one right here is a copy of Microsoft Office XP Small Business. If we open it up here, this I believe came with, I believe on the back here there is a Dell sticker right here. My guess is, considering this is Office XP Small Business, this probably came with a professional, like one of the professional. They had some models that were more geared towards professional use, obviously, and this would probably come with one of those computers. So pretty awesome. Now this is really cool because it's signed, guys. Check it out. Well, unfortunately not really. It's just a part of the artwork here on the front. But yeah, SimCity 2000, I've never actually covered this game or any of the SimCity games actually. LGR would be the guy to go to if you want to learn about the history of the Sims. He is much more versed in this series than I am. I played SimCity a little bit. I never played The Sims. I have played SimCity. I think the latest version I played was 3000. But that's the last version I've played. I have played a bit of City Skylines, but so yeah, it's been a little while since I've played a Maxis SimCity game. Next up here, you can see we've got some more Microsoft software. So we have Microsoft Office XP Standard. So again, we have Office XP Pro back here, and this is Office XP Standard, and this is one of the retail copies as well. So if we open this up here, this has 2 discs in it. This is disc number 1 right here. Check that out. This is an upgrade copy as well. You would need to have a older copy of Microsoft Office already installed on your computer to be able to upgrade to this. So there you go. Next up, we've got some more Maxis stuff, or well, at this point it was EA, unfortunately. This is The Sims, the people simulator from the creator of SimCity. Yeah, Maxis still, I mean, this was, you know, EA bought out Maxis, if you happen to not know that. I have seen gameplay of The Sims. Actually, probably don't want to see that. I have seen gameplay of The Sims. I've never really played it myself, though. I might have, tried it out at a friend's house or something, maybe once, I don't know. But it's a very, very fun game, from what I hear. So, yeah, we'll set that aside. Next up, we've got a classic. This one right here is Doom 2 from id Software, the CD version. And, yeah, so I just grabbed this. I believe this store I was at charged, I want to say $1. I think it was... Actually, I want to say I paid 25 cents for each of these, which is an insanely incredible price, but I think this store was having a sale or wanting to get rid of these or whatever. But, yeah, Doom 2, it's a classic, needs no introduction. Here's the disc right here in all of its glory. And, yeah, I think on the back, yeah, this is the official jewel case, so you've got, it might be missing the front, although this was probably inside of like a big box, so it might not have even had a front, like this copy of The Sims here. And this right here is going to be the topic for the rest of this video, because I found this really interesting. It's called Best of the Best Volume 3, Latest Shareware and Public Domain for IBM and Compatibles, and we have Heretic on the front here. And you've got Descent at the bottom, and even below that it says, good news, all programs have been checked individually for known viruses. So this is pretty cool because it's just a random assortment of shareware games and shareware versions of games. This was pretty common for this time period. You had developers who would release kind of like a shareware trial version of their game that would have like one level. It was not the entire game, but it was free, so you could play it without actually paying for the thing. But if you wanted to play the entire game, the shareware version would advertise it. So this is just a collection of a bunch of these games from the year 1995. I think it says somewhere on here. Yeah, copyright 1995 right here. So this was copyrighted 1995 by Explore the World of Software Incorporated. What a great name. And yeah, this is the disc itself right here. You got a lot. This is a pretty busy disc here. Look at all this. You got all this text on here. You got like a map of the world. No setup required. Easy menu system. Yeah, this is literally the worst color to use here because it's a black background and you've got this like dark purple on top of it. Luckily though, this little pamphlet here, the jewel case insert, if it wants to come out here. Come on, don't be shy. What are you doing? There you go. This right here has a list of all the games on it, and it tells you basically the same thing that's on the disc. It tells you how to run it. There's also a technical support number, so I don't know how much this cost. I don't know where you would get this from. I mean, could they charge for this? I don't know if they could because it's all shareware. It's all free versions of these games. Would they be allowed to bundle them together and charge for it? Maybe this was like an insert in a magazine subscription. Though I don't think that's the case because this is a very, this is a regular jewel case. Usually those discs in like a magazine came with, in those little like paper inserts so it could fit in the magazine better. But I don't know, maybe this was in a magazine, maybe you could buy this, but we're going to check this out and we're going to see what shareware we get on this disc. Alright everybody, so we're here on the trusty $5 Windows 98 PC, though the keen-eyed among you may notice that this is not Windows 98, this is actually Windows Millennium Edition, or Windows Me. Yes, for better or for worse, this is the operating system we're going to be using today because, well, I had to install it on this computer for an upcoming video project, at least one that I have planned. So, I'm going to go ahead and put in the CD to the drive right now, and we have to run this from MS-DOS. So we're just going to restart into MS-DOS mode. Wait, we can't restart into MS-DOS mode because that's not a thing in Windows Me. Isn't that great? This was the absolute perfect choice for an operating system for this video. But no, we can get around this. We've got a Windows 98 setup disk, which we can just boot off of and get into MS-DOS. Though I don't know if the sound driver is going to work properly. It probably won't. So before we do that, let's just try to run these games through the MS-DOS prompt in Windows Me. So we'll go to Accessories here, MS-DOS prompt, and we'll go to the D drive, and I believe we have to run, what was it, hrs.bat, was that it? And okay, here's that menu that it was talking about. Maybe we won't have to boot into MS-DOS mode. I just hit the left arrow key, and we got this here. I wonder if that was just a splash screen. Let's exit out here. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes. Let's just try to run that again. Is this just a splash screen? But yeah, this is Explore the World of Software, CD-ROM for IBM and compatibles. Oh, it's in English and French, which actually makes a lot of sense because everything in Canada has to be in English and French, at least to my knowledge. So yeah, that's why we've got that here. You've got, it's a shareware and public. So I wonder if this, like, was this released here in the States, or was this, I don't see a US address on the back here. There is a Canadian address in Ontario. Made in Canada. Yeah, I wonder if this was like a Canadian-only release. And looking on the Internet Archive, there are a couple of listings for Explore the World of Software. Like there's one for graphic and paint, one for, it says educational CD-ROM. So I'm definitely going to contribute this to the Internet Archive. So I'll have a link down below to that if you would like to go and check out this for yourself. Yeah, this appears to just be a splash screen, so I'm going to hit just a key here, and then we get to this menu. So we'll make this full screen here. And yeah, so this is our list of games right here. So you see we got all these games. Some of them say must copy. So let's do 3D Heretic. And you can see that the run option is just grayed out completely. We've got copy to disk over here. We can probably just click on that. Yes, we can. So let's go ahead and copy this to the C drive. We'll make a new folder called games. And we'll copy it to a folder called Heretic. Do you want me to create the subdirectory? Yes. Oh no, path not found in line, no line number in module drives at address, whatever address, press any key to return. That's not good. Oh yeah, look at this, we're at like a glitched out MS-DOS prompt here. Yeah, that's not good. Because it didn't actually quit out of this program properly. It just like terminated it and then just stayed on the screen. So we can just clear. Or, wow, that's a Linux command. If you tell, I've been on my my Linux server for a little while doing some stuff. So I'm so used to typing like ls and gosh. Okay, so dir/w. Let's try to honestly. Let's try and we're gonna try to run one more game. So we'll do HRS. And we'll load the menu again. We'll just try one that doesn't need to be copied over to the hard disk. And I know that, you know, this is not real mode DOS. It's going to be better to run this in real mode DOS. So Jazz Jackrabbit Christmas does not need to be... Oh, it does. Yeah, after copying to disk, it doesn't say must copy, though. So, okay. 3D Tunnels does not require a copying to the hard disk. So let's just run this. Oh, man, there we go. Tunnels of Armageddon. I have not played this game before. View high scores. Let me turn the audio a little bit down there. This is not capturing direct into like a sound capture device or anything, though I can probably do that. I can actually do that with my audio interface. It has a 1/4-inch jack on it, so I should probably look into doing that. But yeah, so this is just playing like a demo right now. This is not me controlling it. But I can press enter here. So we'll start a new game. Okay, so now I'm actually... So it's recognized the mouse, that's good. Fire at the door when... I'm going to say when you are ready. When you are ready. Yep, okay, fire at the door. So it's a... Okay, so I can move around. Oh, I see what we got to do here. So we got to navigate our way through this tunnel and shoot things that are going to stop us. And I guess those are diamonds we have to collect or something? Oh no. Yeah, I've not played this game before, as I said, so... Oh gosh. That's a wall, so definitely don't want to hit that. Oh no. Yes. Yes! We're making it, guys. Ooh, it's a green tunnel now. Check that out. Does that mean we're closer to Armageddon? Yeah, so I assume that the diamonds are a point, like there's, you probably get a certain amount of points or something. Okay, so that's something that doesn't, like the diamond walls, actually, if that's even the right name for them, they do go away when you shoot them. The ones with those yellow boxes don't. Ooh. Okay, that looks like it for stage 1. Stage 1 completed. The best time is 71:61. I guess that's the like the par time, or no, I mean not the par time. I mean we did complete the stage, but that's the best time. That's like I had never played this before, so that's, or I don't know, maybe the person who copied this shareware game over to the disk, played it before, and that was their best time. That could very well be the case. So we're going to press enter, and now we're on stage 2. So it just picks up right up from there. That's pretty nice. So I wonder how many stages are in this, because this is, again, a shareware version of this game. Oh, no. Can you... Are you supposed to move up or something? Oh, you can press the space bar to shoot. That's nice. Oh, no. Okay, I think I'm stuck. I think I'm stuck, guys. Oh, no. Okay, I think I'm stuck. Does that mean I lose, or I'm not able to really press anything? Well, let's view high scores. Yeah, these are not any of my high scores. We got Mike M, Joseph, and Scott. So I don't know. I mean, my guess is that these could... Unless these are just in the game by default, but I would think there's a very good chance these could be the high scores of people who played the shareware copy of the game before they copied it over to this disk to release it in this set of shareware software. So that's pretty interesting. But we'll go ahead and quit out of this because I do want to boot off of the DOS floppy disk I've got in the drive so that we can actually try out. Well, we're going to see anyway if we can try out these ones you have to copy to the hard disk, because apparently, like, I would like to try out Heretic, and there's also Jazz Jackrabbit. Let's just try Jazz Jackrabbit and see if we can copy it. C games. Okay. Do you want me to run the program? Yes. Jazz Jackrabbit. Runtime error. That's not good. Okay, we're going to close out of that. Let's just restart the system, and we're going to boot off of our Windows 98 boot disk. And we're going to quit out of setup, and we're going to swap to our C drive, CD Jazz. Oh no, CD games. It's just, oh, it's just in the root. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to run Jazz. Oh no, runtime error. Welp, that is not a good thing. So, what happens? What's start.bat? What does this do? Does this run the... Oh, this just runs the setup program. Okay. Well, while we're here, we can swap to the D drive. Is it E? It's not R. Yeah, it's E. And then what was the name of the... It was HRS. You can run HRS. And now we can say... Now, there's going to be no mouse support here, obviously. But let's see if we can do 3D Heretic. So we'll copy that to... Let's do that. Okay, yeah, this definitely didn't do what it did before, where it just literally crashed and closed out of it. So we're going to choose music sound card, save parameters, and launch Heretic. Oh boy, here we go. So it looks like the, yeah, there's no sound playing right now. That's not really good. There's no music. Oh, we gotta get sound. That's the whole thing. I mean, we can do a new game here. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting that to work because, you know, we're booted off of a freaking boot disk here. But okay, let's just close out of this. Now that this is copied over, we should be able... Though, where did it copy though? It didn't ask me where I wanted to copy it to. So, I mean, it says must copy. So I press Alt-C, copied it. Oh, I didn't copy it to disk. I just ran it, I guess. Well, how did I run it? It said it needs to copy... Like, I just pressed enter on this and it launched the setup. But it said you have to copy it to the disk for it to work. So obviously you don't. But, okay. Let's just abort this. Gosh. Okay. Alt-C to copy. Let's do C. We'll do Heretic. And press Alt-O. Alt-Y. Well, if you didn't see that, it said bad command or file name. And then it said copy completed. So the command ran... I mean, at least this is registering it, obviously, that it ran, but it just didn't do anything because it couldn't find whatever command it was. So it's not going to run because it didn't copy. Yeah, bad command or file name. So I don't know what it tried. I mean, copy is a command on here. I don't know. Let's try descent. Let's copy descent here. Okay, this is not... Why is it saying bad command or file name? It's copy. I mean, you can do that from, like, okay, copy. Required parameter missing. It's a command, though. Honestly, I think for you guys, what I'm gonna do is reinstall Windows 98 on this computer, and then we'll be able to boot into real mode DOS, not off of a floppy diskette. I'm gonna do a quick install, and by that I mean take 30 minutes to an hour getting this installed on here, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, we are back, everybody. We have Windows 98 installed now, as you can see from up here. And we're booted into MS-DOS mode. So now we're going to swap over, is it the D drive? Is it the R drive? What drive is it? Yeah, so it's drive D. So the D drive is not being recognized in MS-DOS mode. I guess the driver's not configured for that. Yeah, so the CD-ROM driver isn't loading in real mode DOS. So just to get around having to troubleshoot that and install another driver or whatever we might have to do, I'm just copying everything from the disk over to the hard drive, which we will be able to access just fine, and we can play everything from there. I know it's cheating a little bit, but we'll be able to check out these games, hopefully, which is the whole point of this video. So we'll change directory, we'll go to best, and it should be HRS as the batch file. So we'll press enter, and, wait a second. Well, maybe that's not going to work, because there's nothing in here. Okay, so plan B, let's just load up the DOS prompt here, and go to the D drive, and run HRS. And we'll just try it from within Windows 98. So let's try 3D Heretic again. So we're going to Alt-C to copy. We're going to copy this to C Heretic 2, because I think I've already got a folder on there with a partial installation of it from last time I tried to do this. So we'll press Alt-O. Yes, I want to create the subdirectory. Okay, it's copying now. Okay, we'll say yes, I would like you to run it. So choose music sound card. We're going to do Sound Blaster, sound effects card, Sound Blaster, port 220. Let's go with the defaults. Controller type, we can do keyboard and mouse this time. Configure controller. Oh, actually, this is just going to be like the controls itself, which we're not going to mess with. Let's try it. Okay, looking good. Oh, there we go. Dang. Okay, so we're going to do new game. So these are the 3 levels that we get here. And we're going to go with the medium, the middle difficulty. Oh, I've got it set up where I'm using the mouse, like I'm moving the mouse. I'm pushing it forward to move around. Yeah, I don't really like that. Let's let's change. Well, see, this is the thing. 3D Heretic, it still says must copy, but we can press enter. But you see, I don't think this is loading off of the hard drive, though, because remember this happened before? Yeah, this is loading off of the CD because it's spinning up right now. And there's no sound, see? So that's interesting. So yeah, that basically confirms what I was talking about. Like, you can run this, even though it says must copy, you can just press enter and boot it off of the disk, but in our case, the sound driver is not going to be loaded. So we're going to exit out of this, go to the C drive, CD, we're already in Heretic 2, and we'll run, I think, Heretic? Yes. So I actually played this game a little bit. We're going to just do new game. Yes. Okay, so now I can use the arrow keys to move and control to shoot. So there we go. And yeah, we'll just go through this first level here, but you do get 3 levels, and this is, again, obviously the shareware version of the game, so the full game has more than 3 levels. I have a feeling like one of these guys, because this goes back up to the, oh, what's this? Oh wait, this is it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I completely missed that door. Okay. What do we got here? Okay. Ooh. That's pretty nice. And there we go. We made it through. Let's get this guy here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Looks like this is probably the door to... Oh. And that was it. That was the docks. Alright, so before we end off this episode, I want to point out something that I discovered while I was editing, and that is this pamphlet right here. Now, towards the bottom, you see there are 2 instructions, one for running the game menu from DOS, and one from Windows. Now, what's interesting is it says from Windows, to run the menu, go to File, Run, so just open up the Run box, and type in d:/win_roc and hit OK. Now, if you look, we've got this is the disk right here opened up. I've got it mounted in this virtual machine here, and there's not any file by the name of win_roc. In these folders here, there's nothing, but it tells us to type it into run here. And obviously if we do that, it's not going to do anything because it can't find it. So this disc must have been either modified, or that thing that was printed wasn't intended for this CD. Maybe it was like a template that they used for other discs that they created similar to this one. Though there is this executable right here called DOS ROC instead of Win ROC, but this is the same DOS menu right here. So I don't know if there was a Windows version of this menu that just happens to not be on this disc, but it is kind of weird that the pamphlet that is inside of the jewel case says to run WinROC to launch the menu on Windows, but it doesn't even exist. But there you have it, guys. That is a brief look at this pretty interesting shareware combination disc from the fine folks at Explore the World of Software Incorporated. Like I said, I will have this down below in the video description, a link to the Internet Archive where I will have archived this, so you can go check this out for yourself and see what it's all about. But that's all for me right now, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, if you want to see more like it, definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those channel notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever I upload a new video, which I do multiple times every single week on this channel. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.